Hi, welcome to Shared Reading. Up until now, we have read about the three branches of government and their responsibilities. We know their main concern is keeping their citizens safe and well provided for. Our roads and highways are well maintained so we can connect with other communities, and our hospitals are running so we can stay healthy. Our schools are being funded so we can continue to have great resources. Now, what happens if a tornado takes it all away? Let's continue reading our text to find out how the government will keep us safe when natural disasters hit. Today, we will read and gather evidence to help us understand the main idea of the text. Emergencies and disasters. The state government also steps in after an emergency or disaster, such as a hurricane or a blizzard. Workers and volunteers rescue people who are trapped or injured. They assist with cleanup after a natural disaster, too. State government also works to protect people from these kinds of emergencies in the future. For instance, the government might build stronger seawalls to stop flooding during a storm. Working together. Often, state governments will work together in an emergency. For example, when Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans, several states stepped in to provide help. They offered housing, food, and supplies to help the people of Louisiana. States also sent workers to help clean up and restore power. Another example is when an ice storm hit New England and the states in the region worked as a team to restore power for the citizens of all the states affected. Individual states also work closely with the federal government in emergencies. The federal government offers financial aid to help states build new homes and rebuild businesses lost in a disaster. State governments work for their citizens, often in concert with the federal government. As business leader Henry Ford said, "Coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success." Helping people affected by disasters and protecting citizens are good examples of federalism at its best. As I was reading the emergency and disasters section, found out that a lot of state governments step in and help during the emergencies or disasters. Workers and volunteers rescue people, they help with cleanup, they protect people, and the government tries to protect people for the future as well by preparing them. So off to the side, my main idea of this little section is that I wrote that state governments help citizens prepare for and recover from emergencies and disasters. In the working together section, I read that state governments will work together in an emergency. Also, individual states will also work closely with the federal government in emergencies, hopefully getting aid from them. So state governments work for their citizens, often in concert with the federal government. So everyone's working together as a team. Or helping people affected by disasters and protecting citizens are good examples of federalism at its best. And remember back from the beginning is federalism is that shared power. Everyone's working together as one collective team. That's why, off to the side, my main idea, I wrote that sometimes several state governments work together, especially during emergencies. And if I want to go back in my key details, I can support that. I know that they work together because in paragraph 17, it talked about when the hurricane hit New Orleans and different states were coming together to build houses again, or when New England lost its power. All of those are good examples and help support the main idea for that section, that sometimes several state governments work together, especially during emergencies. Looking back over the entire text, I had different sections of the text. I had the 3 branches of government, I had a transportation section, public health and safety section, education section, emergencies and disasters section, and a working together section. And I wrote down all the main ideas that we got from each of those. Because I read the whole article and had broke it up by section, I was able to really dig deep into what this whole article was about, so I can create one main idea. I wrote that main idea off to the side here. State governments provide many services to their citizens, including public transportation, safety, health, education, and emergency relief. This is my overarching main idea. Notice how my topic is state governments. That's why I started that sentence with state governments. I didn't start with the main idea is state governments provide many services. I took that out because I didn't need it, right? I got right to the point of state governments provide many services. And if someone questioned me on it, like, what do you mean? I can go back to these sections and see, oh, yeah, and transportation. Well, I know transportation is critical to citizens' lives. It's the state government's job to take care of it. That helps support my overall main idea of this whole text. And I was really only able to do that because I broke the text down into those sections and focused in on those sections. So after reading the whole text of the state government and its citizens, I was able to find that state governments provide many services to their citizens, including public transportation, safety, health, education, and emergency relief. The state government does a lot for us to keep us safe and provided for. Can you think of a time that the state government helped out? Maybe Illinois was hit with a tornado and the state government helped bring aid. Maybe you're thinking about the computer you are using. The state government helped bring that resource to you. Our government influences us in many ways. Think about the time that you were influenced by the government.